Hi, Gerald Donovan here, the Grand Seiko guy. Just thought it'd be fun to do another quick little video, just looking at a single watch that has been getting a lot of interest in the last week or so, since Grand Seiko USA announced a limited edition of 3 watches that will be coming out towards the end of the year, I believe. One in stainless steel, one in pink gold, and one in platinum. What is getting a lot of attention is the dials on these watches, which are called Kimono dials, but they're very clearly inspired by a vintage Grand Seiko that first came out in 1970. We're looking here, this is actually one of the Seiko catalogues from 1970, number 2, and if I just turn the pages, there it is in the top right hand corner. So this watch was originally retailed for 160,000 yen, so it was pretty much towards the top end of the prices for vintage Grand Seikos. That's more than any of the VFAs except for the ones in precious metals. And obviously, you know, the reason for the price is it is a solid 18 karat gold case, but also what's of particular interest, given the latest announcements, is the dial, which is an 18 karat gold dial with a finish which is called a starlight finish. So let's just have a look at the watch. I'll just bring it in, and we'll just refocus on the watch. And here it is. So this is in sunlight, and what you'll notice is you can very clearly see this incredible texture on the dial that reacts very differently to the light depending on the angle that the light hits it. So one moment you've got a bright spot, and then you change the angle of the dial, and then the brighter spots become darker. It is really quite an amazing finish. I'm just actually going to bring this a little bit closer, so forgive me while I bring it closer, and then I'll have to refocus again. And again, we'll just move it around just so you get an idea as to how that dial behaves in the light. It just takes on so many different looks. This watch was actually mentioned in an article on Hodinkee by Jack Forster regarding the new releases, and he said he obviously recognised that they'd very clearly been influenced or inspired by this watch, the 6145 8030. It's a high beat. There's all the 61 series watches with a date, so this is the 6145A movement. The other thing to really draw your attention to on this watch, and I'll just sort of go around onto the case, is it has this incredible hammered gold case finish to it. Again, so we'll just wait while the camera gets focused on that. I presume this was hand hammered, this case. These are fairly rare. Obviously, given the price when they first came out, they probably didn't sell huge quantities of them, but they're not unobtainable. You see maybe 3-4 of these come to the market every year, so maybe once a quarter they turn up, but there is a huge amount of interest in these now. Just simply from Jack mentioning the model number in his article, people obviously then went off and Googled that, and I've had probably 150 or so direct hits to the page on the website for this watch since that article came out, so it's getting a lot of interest. Full details as usual on the site, including obviously photographs of from all sides, so you can get a really good idea as to the condition of this watch, which really is in superb condition, and obviously descriptions on the website as well. I'll provide a link both to the Hodinkee article by Jack and a link to the page on the Grand Seiko guy, where you can see this watch. And given the amount of attention, I think these are going to be in a lot of demand. It seems fairly consistent when Seiko release or Grand Seiko release a new piece, which is sort of heavily influenced or inspired by a vintage watch. The interest in those vintage pieces skyrockets, and unfortunately for buyers, as does the price very often. Currently, I think these are a pretty good value, pretty good buy. If you see one somewhere else, I highly recommend you buy it. But obviously, this one is available for sale for us, and please do go and check it out on the website. There you go, Grand Seiko 6145 8030, manufactured in 1969, solid gold 18 karat hammered case, and solid gold 18 karat starlight finish dial. Absolutely incredible piece. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.